Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So excited to be sharing this journey with you guys. I'm officially less than 8 weeks out from the Amateur Olympia. I'll be competing in the fit model division in my very first NPC National show. That being said, I'm going to be spending the next 2 weeks in prep in Greece, Italy, and Spain, which is crazy to me. I'm not gonna have access to a kitchen, a stove. I'll be eating all my meals out, and I wanna share with you guys what I'm gonna be packing and what a travel day is gonna look like. So I'm gonna do this series in parts. So first and foremost, what I'm going to be taking with me on the trip, what are some non-negotiables, and I'm gonna share in today's episode what I eat in a day, traveling to another country. I have a 9-hour flight, a 7-hour time change. How am I getting my workouts in, and everything in between, keeping prep my primary focus, but also just, being prepared, having fun, and going on vacation while being on prep. So let's get into this episode. Before getting into the actual products I'm bringing on the vacation, I am gonna share kind of what my focus is and what my plans are for prep while I'm away, because I think that's important, and that will give you guys a better understanding of why I'm bringing the things I'm bringing and why I'm doing what I do. So the last 3 weeks have been a very severe deficit for me, eating about 1,300 calories. Cardio was bumped up like crazy to about 45 minutes, 6 times a week. Weight is currently roughly 109 to 110, which is honestly 1 to 2 pounds away from my stage weight. So what my coach did is we pre-prepped my prep, and I kind of went into a very big deficit ahead of time, because the next 2 weeks while I'm away, I'm not going to be focusing on losing any more weight, but just kind of maintaining that jump start in my prep. So I don't really need to go crazy with cardio. Cardio is going to be dropped down to just 4 times a week for 20 minutes for the next 2 weeks. My calories are going to be roughly the same. I will be weighing myself on vacation and just really trying to focus on maintaining that 109 to 110. Not gaining, but not losing any further, because I still have another 6 weeks when I come back to continue cutting for stage. Now I'm going to share some photos with you guys. This is me 6 weeks out from my first fit model competition back in May. This is what I'm currently looking like, and I already look 100 times better. So I'm feeling really good about this prep, even though the next 12 days I will be overseas. I think we can go into this really positively, really controlled, really focused. I don't drink, so there will be no alcohol on vacation. I plan on waking up nice and early every single day to get any cardio or lifts I need to get in. While cardio will be dropped down, I still plan on lifting 5 days a week, 3 lower, 2 upper as always. I'm gonna be pretty active, walking around, going on different excursions, sightseeing. So I'm not gonna just be kind of drinking and eating the next 12 days. If anything, I might even lose a little bit, because I tend to be more active on vacation and a lot less stressed because I won't be at work. So that is my focus. I will be doing check-ins with my coach, and I will be kind of doing some posing practice and just still keeping prep a focus, but I am going to enjoy some foods. I am going to have some splurges. I've been working my butt off for the last 3 weeks so that I can enjoy a lot of this vacation. Like I've said in previous videos, as you guys can probably tell, I'm very dedicated to this sport. 10 out of 10 don't recommend going on a trip when you're in a prep, but it just kind of lined up with the time frame of the competition I'm doing, and I signed up for this trip 3 years ago, so I'm going on it, but we are going to make it work. So what in the world am I going to bring? My main concern on vacation is not about working out. I have access to a gym. This is something I did research ahead of time. The hotels I'm staying in both have full access to gyms. I might need to modify some workouts depending on the equipment I'll have access to, but I know I'm at least gonna have dumbbells, cardio machines, and cable equipment. So at the bare minimum, I can get a good workout in the next 12 days, not a problem at all. The morning of my travel, I'll share with you guys, I'm gonna hit an early morning lift. I'm gonna get cardio in because I'm not gonna wanna do it the next day. We leave about 3 p.m. on Tuesday, but we get there 7 a.m. their time the next day. I wanna make sure I give myself plenty of rest and recovery, because a 7-hour time change is a pretty big deal, and it's going to take a toll on my body, especially being in such a deficit going into this trip. My main concern is not hitting my protein on this trip. I am going to be bringing a ton of protein supplements. I'm also going to be bringing my food scale per usual, like I always do when I travel. I'm going to be weighing as much as I can at the buffet, but the fancy restaurants, I do not plan on weighing out my food. I also will be scheduling a lot of my meals ahead of time. So I already kind of pre-prepped my travel day as far as what I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna have a normal breakfast, a normal lunch, we're gonna hit the gym, and then we're gonna head to the airport. At the airport, I'm gonna have a tuna sandwich. I'm going to have probably 1 or 2 of those packed ahead of time. I have my tuna packets if I need them. I have my collagen packets, which I'll also be bringing an extra 12 grams of protein. I have the Chomps little beef sticks, which are about 4 grams of protein. I have packed edamame, which these are about 10 grams of protein. I also have the extra tuna packets, so if I get a salad and I think I need a little bit more protein, I can add these on as well. Before I go, I'll have my egg white scramble like I always do, and I'll have my protein oats after my workout. I feel pretty good about traveling. There will be meals provided on the plane. Depending on what's available, I might eat some of it, and again, I'm gonna share that with you guys. So all of the snacks I just listed, I will be bringing in bulk, and I will have access to, I even have almonds as well, access to throughout the entire trip. That is what's in this box here. And then I have a nice 12-day supply of collagen. I don't do whey protein because I am dairy free. I will also be bringing my main supplements with me, which pretty much are my omega-3s, my glutamine, my vitamin D. I have travel creatine, which I got from Thorne. So there's individual packets in here. I'll bring just a 12-day supply because that's all I'll need. Probably gonna mix these with my collagen, and you know, I like to mix them and they go pretty well together. So I'll have my supplements I'll be taking the whole time I'm there as well. Because food is gonna be my main concern, it's really not gonna be the workouts. I always work out on vacation no matter what, and I am gonna try to film some of my workouts on vacation, which I love to share with you guys. My main concern is food, and my main concern is hitting enough protein and not going over in fats. Carbs I'm very good at controlling. You can visualize a portion of carbs pretty easy. I'll use my palm, I'll use my hand, and I'll have my scale. However, a lot of chefs like to cook with butters and oils and added fats that I can't always account for. So I'm going to be very good about talking to the waiting staff ahead of time, asking them to make sure things are dairy free so there's no butter, asking for things without oil if that's possible. But obviously I'm going to just work with what I got. That is why I prepped in advance, so if I do get a little bit of residual weight gain, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I do think a lot of the weight gain I might get on vacation is going to be water weight because I have not been eating out for like months at this point, and it's very hard to control, you know, salt intake and other calories that I might not see based on sauces. So a lot of things I'm gonna get are gonna be plain. I'm thinking like lots of grilled chicken, lots of grilled fish, a couple splurges, like a couple meals out that I know are gonna be higher calorie. My pre-prep phase has prepped me for this trip. After I've planned my breakfast, lunch, and dinner and maybe a snack or two that I can get from the cruise ship or any restaurants we're going to while we're in the town, I'm going to use my supplements and use my little packets as needed. So I'm not going to load up on my, you know, Slim Jims and tuna packets and collagen packets right from the get. I'm going to try to eat as much food as I can from the actual cruise ship and then adding in snacks as needed to complement what I'm already eating to make sure I'm hitting my protein targets and staying within my calorie range. It's definitely not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be perfect. And if I was any closer to my competition, I probably would not recommend going on this trip. But because I am going to have 6 weeks after I get back, really hone in on my prep, and I'm already in such a good point, I'm not that concerned. Other things I'll be bringing on my trip: workout clothes, of course, you know, plenty of workout clothes. I'm going to be doing 10 workouts while I'm gone, plus some cardio, plus some sightseeing that involves hiking, so I need a lot of active wear. I also will be bringing plenty of books with me. I have some devotionals I'll be bringing. I'm reading Loveology while I'm gone. Also got another new book I'm excited to bring. I will also personally bring my Bible because I am doing a Bible study, so I'll be reading that as well. And then a couple other fun fiction books. I love to read. It's probably the best way to start the morning for me. I will also be bringing my laptop because as much as I want to disconnect for 2 weeks, It's very difficult for me to do as a business owner, and I'm a one-man band running all my clients, so just having no access to them would be very difficult for me. Therefore, I'm going to set aside scheduled time to just do minor client updates once each week. I do not plan on being my computer the whole time I'm away. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but I've actually prepped and gone on vacation before, so this isn't my first rodeo. This will be my longest and furthest vacation, but I actually did a competition in the Bahamas a few years ago, and that was just as difficult, and that was literally my peak week in a different country. So I feel pretty good about this vacation. I feel very planned. The worst thing you could do is be in prep, have a zero plan, and then just go on vacation and binge and drink and just have no plan at all. So things might change as I go throughout my vacation. I am going to do my best to enjoy it. I don't get a lot of enjoyment just from food and alcohol. I personally am sober. So I focus a lot of my fun activities on the things we're going to be doing. We have different sunset cruises set up. We have excursions we're going on. We have beach days. We have ruins we're going to see. So I am going to enjoy myself. A lot of people are like, that must be torture going on prep. And that is where I say bodybuilding is a lifestyle. It's not an 8-week or 16-week challenge. I live that bodybuilding lifestyle every single day, whether I'm on vacation, whether I'm at home, whether it's the holidays. I'm always pretty tuned into my body. I'm always kind of making sure my nutrition is my top priority. My workouts are my top priority. So I'm going pretty confident into this trip. I mean, we'll see how I'm feeling at the end of the trip. I am going to get some bloating. I am going to feel kind of like blah because I do prefer my own cooking over eating out every single meal. But I'm going to do lots of salad, lots of fresh food. I know food overseas is just so much better for us, a lot less processed, so I'm not too worried about that. I am choosing to hit a heavy leg day before we leave because I think that's going to be one of my harder workouts to get in because I will have limited access to equipment, and I am going to be doing my cardio, and I will be doing my last set of check-ins before my trip all the morning of leaving for Greece. Good morning. It is officially travel day. Things are a little hectic in our kitchen right now. I just had breakfast, which was my protein oatmeal with just 150 grams of berries to fuel my leg day. We are headed to the gym in the next like 10-15 minutes. I'm going to hit a heavy leg day with 45 minutes of cardio. I'm going to come back, do measurements and posing and check-ins with my coach before we head out to the airport. I'm working out today just because today's going to be a very long day, and tomorrow I'm going to be very jet lagged and tired. We leave about 3 p.m. today, and we'll get to Greece at 7 a.m. their time the next day. My plan is to sleep on the plane, wake up 7 a.m. their time, and just be on a fresh schedule. Take tomorrow as a rest day, but if I'm feeling up to it, I might hit my upper body tomorrow since, we don't have a lot going on. It's just a travel day, but I want to see how my body is feeling. I was in a pretty big deficit the last 3 weeks to kind of jumpstart my prep, so we will see where my coach has me at for the next 2 weeks, which is really going to be like a small maintenance phase since I already kind of prepped in advance for this trip. We are officially 8 weeks out from the Amateur Olympia. Today, I have all my snacks with me. I packed tuna sandwiches for the airport. I have high protein snacks I'm bringing in my carry-on, and I have plenty of calories to be flexible with at the airport if I need a snack, if I need to have a meal. So yeah, I'll take you guys along for the ride on my travel day. So today's leg day is kickbacks, hip thrust, abductions, and double set of hamstring curl, both seated and lying down. Gonna bust through this workout pretty quickly. We are running a little bit behind schedule, which if you guys watch my other videos, you know we kind of are always running behind schedule. I also have 45 minutes of cardio and have to go home, do check-ins for my coach, make breakfast. We're already packed, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Starting off with some kickbacks, going for 3 sets of about 12 to 15. my next lift is a hip thrust. We are going 4 sets, probably 8 to 10 reps, trying to go a little bit heavier with this one. So now I'm doing glute abductions, standing machines. This signal is taken. 3 sets, 15, 20. Don't use this one a lot, so kind of being variable with my weight and rep range. Have 2 hamstring curls after this, and then 45 minutes of cardio, which I am dreading. Fatigue is really high right now. I woke up at about 5 a.m. this morning and had my breakfast, so it's about 8 now. Usually that's when I have my second meal, so I'm a little underfueled and I can feel it. Also, the 3 weeks of like a severe depletion plus a lot of cardio is just like catching up with me, but I was able to go pretty heavy on my hip thrust and keeping strength pretty high with everything I'm doing, just taking longer rest periods and, you know, feeling a bit winded. All right, we just finished up cardio. I am sweaty. 45 minutes, just walking on the treadmill, slight incline, nothing crazy. Heading home now. It's roughly 9:20. We need to leave by 10. And yeah, we're gonna be really quick. I'm gonna make some egg whites. I'll share that with you guys. Maybe a little protein shake with my collagen, my creatine, to make sure I get those supplements in right early on. And we'll be heading to the airport. I got check-ins from my coach. I still have to get my weight. I usually do it after I do cardio, just so it's consistent. That's always when I do it. But my waist was down another 1/4 of an inch and my glutes were down another like 1/10 of an inch this morning. So I'm expecting weight to be down, and I will share that with you guys. Okay, we are on our way to the airport. I had 80 grams of egg whites because that's literally all we had left, with a little bit of spinach and onions. And then I am having a creatine collagen electrolyte shake on my way to the airport. I also did a bowl of cereal so I can replete some of my glycogen stores because I hit a heavy leg day and 45 minutes of cardio. Probably won't eat again until we get to the airport, and I'll continue to share that with you guys. We are so excited for this trip. On our way to Dunkin', gonna get myself a nice strong coffee, and yeah, Greece, here we come. So we board in about an hour. We stopped and got lunch at Legal Seafood. I got myself a Greek salad with blackened chicken, oil and vinegar on the side. I'm just gonna use the vinegar so I don't have to account for the fats in the oil. So we are officially in Greece. We are at breakfast right now. It is about 8:30, 9 a.m. their time. We're running on pretty much no sleep. It's 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. their time. Pretty much running on no sleep, but I just want to share with you guys what I had for the rest of my flight for food. So I had some edamame as a snack. I had my second tuna wrap, which I made at home and brought with me. Then they did provide us with meals. However, I could not eat either of them because there was dairy in them. So what I did is I got a little salad and I added one of my tuna packets, which came in clutch. And I had one of my little Chomps mini beef sticks. So roughly I was about 1,300 calories, which is right on target. A little high in fats, but not too bad, and not planning too far ahead. I also got updates from my coach. The plan for this week is to kind of keep calories still pretty low, about 1,350 calories with about 150 grams of protein, 130 grams of carbs, and about 30 grams of fat. I will probably be a little lenient with myself depending on the day as I'm watching my weight on a day-to-day basis. I'm expecting a small increase in weight right off the get just because I had a lot of like saltier foods, processed foods. I'm going to retain more water, especially after just being on a plane for 9 hours and just not being at optimal like health. Definitely need some sleep, had way too much caffeine, and that's all I have for you guys. Hope this was educational on like what I do when I'm traveling. I'm going to do another video next week, a full day of eating while I'm on my trip. It's a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. You know, we just had breakfast and trying to navigate foods I could and couldn't eat was a little on the hard side, trying to hit my protein but also keeping my fat low. I am going to be sharing that with you guys. If you don't already, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner and stay up to date on all things fitness, training, and just overall living a healthy lifestyle. And comment any questions you guys want answered while I'm on vacation, while I'm on prep. Super excited to continue to share this journey with you.